be an issue.
Thank you. Like I said before, the Office of the Attorney General needs to relook its approach to its application of the Constitution and the upholding of the rule of law. Now, in that case in Kisumu, let's be very clear, the court was very adamant. There were 38 petitioners, and they said, and the court said, look, in Ahero, in Migori, where these victims of these police attacks and brutality happened, they were not demonstrators. These petitioners were not demonstrators. They were injured, harmed, and attacked by agents of the police force. So the court said, you must compensate them. The compensation range between 900 and 15,000, 1.4 million, depending on how they were injured. Now, if you look at Section 13 of the Public Order Act, it does provide for that. Section 13 of the Public Order Act says that if you're harmed and you're injured and you're not participatory in the public procession or the gathering or whatever it is that resulted in the injury, like we saw, during the Gen Z's attacks on the civilians, you have a right then to go to the nearest court and litigate, bring that issue that, look, I'm a victim of this public demonstration. It's in the Public Order Act. But the regulations themselves then to circumscribe, to place the boundaries of how do we deal with this, we needed that. And this is what the court is saying, that we need you to come up with the rules. The Honorable the Attorney General is tasked with the mandate to do so because that's within the docket that falls in the province of the enforcement of the rule of law, and together with the CS, the Cabinet Secretary, in charge of the Interior. This is a failure of responsibility. It's a letdown of the Kenyan people. It's our officers that are paid, state officers that are paid using taxpayers' money constantly. Now, the case will come up again. Probably the likely excuse that I'm going to hear is that we've come up with the draft regulations. They have to be laid before the Parliament. Mm-hmm. They will await debate and so on and so forth. But if you look at Section 11, subsection 1 of the Statutory Instruments Act, it says that the person tasked with regulation-making power has to gazette those rules. Mm-hmm. And within 7 days of the gazettement, once they publish those rules in the Kenya Gazette, they take those rules and regulations to Parliament. That's when now Parliament rolls down the processes of having these to the legal committee and the relevant committee, and a report is issued, is debated in the floor of the House, and then they are endorsed or not endorsed. Now, the Honorable the Attorney General's office has to show and demonstrate the goodwill and saying that these are the regulations. Before publication, they have to conduct the impact assessment of those regulations. That's within the Statutory Instruments Act. Has that been done? When will it be done? So there has to be that proactive approach to seeing that what the court has said. And the court is not invested in this. Mark you, although the court is saying that provide the guardrails for the exercise of these police powers during these demonstrations so that nobody steps outside of that ambit. And then we have a legitimate expectation that what we have been offered in terms of these rules are being adhered to. They are being followed and complied with. Right now, these police officers can say whatever they wish to do. But now if you look at what happened yesterday, it was a constructive curfew by the police. Now translating this into a police state, while the rule of law does not govern. If you look at Section 9, subsection 3 of the Public Order Act, the provision there too says, even if the police do come up with a curfew, they cannot stop you from going to your regular place of work and your place of abode. Mm-hmm. That is what the law says. But you have a barricade, an unlawful police roadblock, which is not governed by any regulation governing public demonstrations. But there were no public demonstrations. There were no public processions. So what is this all about?
Are we being too hard on the police? Because failure to have proper regulations, then it leaves the police with no other option but to come up with their own. And you quote here the Nairobi Regional Police Commander Isa Mohammed said, we decided to do that, erect roadblocks.
They decided unilaterally?
They decided.
By themselves?